Time to be adapted into Black Pride. So I want to talk about abuse, and not just like the regular kind of normal kind of abuse, but like the abuse that we as people do to other people because it's been done to us. We justify our actions as being harsh or making life hard for somebody because we've been through hard times, and we say, since I had to go through that, then you have to go through it too, instead of turning around and thinking, hey, my life is super tough, I want to make sure that it isn't hard for the next person. Which is like something that I'm trying to do. I don't want life to be super hard for everybody and only easy for those people who are rich and who have families who can support their dreams and their goals. Like there are kids who are 10 years old and they are better dancers than people who are in their 40s. Why? Because they have parents who actually were able to support them, take them to the teachers, be there and watch them. And why? They probably had a mom there at home watching her, or it was like something that was passed down. That is something that everybody should be able to have access to. But yet it's very few that reach these points of excellence. And that's what's wrong. Black people, before slavery, we were able to achieve things that were so incredible, as like building the pyramids, which today white people still doesn't understand how we did it. We made irrigations, we were able to build ships. We were like able to even map out the pyramids with the stars, and white people today still don't understand how we did it before they even were like washing their butts, and it's because we were not like white people. White people have always had a system of oppression, okay? Like, they were dying because the greedy kings and queens were trying to make themselves rich, And black people were not like that. We were always pushing our people to be the best person that they could be. And everybody was able to be a joint help in society. It was unity in the societies when we didn't go out and try to conquer land. Like, Africa wouldn't even go outside of their borders to conquer land. The only way they would fight if it was absolutely necessary. Okay, so, it's these things that the world needs to actually go back to in order for us to achieve those great achievements like building the pyramids before. We have to start showing human kindness, respect, and love to each other, even those who are less fortunate than us, okay? Because one day, they might be the next person who takes our civilization to the next level. But because we think a little bit different, or because we don't have the same traditions as them, then we want to look down on them and say that they're not useful or they're irrelevant, which is the worst way to think. And that is exactly why society is in the damnation that it is in right now. Because we do not value people. We look at them, and because they're different, we mock them, okay? If it wasn't for people being different, we wouldn't have anything, okay? If it wasn't for somebody saying, hey, it isn't smart for us to keep going through these cross ways and getting hit, if it wasn't for a black man saying that, saying, if I keep on going through these crossways with my cars and keep on having crashes, like what can I do to avoid this? And him thinking that this isn't normal and building a stoplight, then we would still be having car crashes for people who are trying to pass, intersections. Okay, so it's the fact that people think different that creates beauty in the society, and we shine that, which is sickening, and it's why society is in this place. And that's who does that. Of course everybody does that now today, but the original people who did not value individualities are the Europeans. And we see now that they are taking over the world, that their way of living is absolutely the worst way of living, okay? Africa was in much better standing, okay? I don't know why people sit there and look at Africans like we have, like they have never achieved anything, when the fact is, and the truth is, that Africans before, the slavery and today have achieved buildings, monuments, scientific discussions that today white people still do not understand and cannot grasp. They are still looking for hidden knowledge in Africa because African people were that superior in their way of thinking and accepting the difference of people and being in union with nature, okay? Because one thing is, if you don't understand the way that nature grows, if you don't understand the herbs and the trees and the way that the sun rotates and the stars, then you cannot understand anything in life. It is the foundation. These are the laws, okay? Melanin is in everything, okay? The melanin comes from the sun. It grows dark energy. You know, it keeps making space, you know, so that the space is actually expanding because of some dark matter. The melanin that is in us is growing. It's the force of life. And if we do not understand the simple laws and structures of society, then we cannot be as great as those African people were. And that's something that's wrong. Everything is backwards. It's out of order because technically the melanated people are the people who are most connected to these sources. But we're not able to get to that stage. Why? Why are we not able to get to that stage? Is because we are being docile. You know, we are being I don't know if that's the right word I'm trying to look for, but we are being you know, put to sleep. Our pineal glands is being closed. You know, our ears are being stuffed. Our you know, our arteries are being stuffed. We cannot function at the level that we are supposed to be functioning because we keep feeding ourselves with poisonous food, poisonous music, all these kind of things that keep our head in a state of slavery instead of a state of reaching out and understanding who God is, which is this dark energy that is actually melanated. That's in everything. It's not, melanin is just not in black people, even though black people have more of it. It's in white people. But the fact that black people have more of it makes them a little bit closer to God than white people. But however, you are still able to become a melanated being if you are to focus on, you know, these sources, focus on nature, focus on the sun, all these kind of elements, and then also focus on building yourself and unifying yourself and eating right and exercising right, you know, doing detox, eating garlic, you know, eating pumpkin seeds, you know, apple cider vinegar, all these kind of things, detoxing, not junking your food up, not eating to your full, not eating pork, not eating meat, not eating these animals, you know, because animals only eat other animals because we feed, because that's what we do, you know, we do it. So they're hungry. We don't feed them anymore. There's not trees for them to go and eat the trees and the berries and stuff like that. So they have to eat animals now, you know. That's why when you see people who are raising tigers and lions and stuff like that, they can actually raise tigers and lions who do not eat animals. They can actually raise them to eat plants. But they eat humans or they eat animals because now they're hungry and they're starving. And what do you do when you're hungry? That's why they don't attack humans if they're not hungry. They'll attack a human if they're hungry, though, you know, because that's how life is. Survival of the fittest. That's the same thing that the white people did. And that's why, you know, white people are more savage than black people, because black people come from a nature where there's abundance. White people come from a nature where there isn't a lot. So they were more savage because they had to learn how to survive. And now they're stuck in this mindset of survival when they already went out and they've been to the whole entire world, but they're still so programmed from their teachings of their ancestors that they still think that they have to take everything to survive, when you don't have to do that anymore because there's plenty for the world. You don't understand. The world is expanding. The universe is expanding. If you would treat it right, it'll treat you right, you know? So that's all I gotta say. Put some likes inside the put some likes right here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Put some likes, comment. Let me know if you have any kind of information. I love getting new information. And you know, just thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and Panda out. Love you.